What's up guys, it's Chris here and I'm back with another shoe review. For today's video I've got a pair of $100 Yeezy Boost 350 V2s from Lucus. His information will be down in the description if you just want to check out his stuff. I'm not promoting it, but if you're interested, his link will be in the description. So say we've got the Beluga 2.0 350 V2. As you can see by the tag, it is the grade 3 black and high-res red. The tag's wrong because it should have an abbreviated version of the colours, but instead it says the whole colour name. So that's the first flaw. Obviously these shoes were just released a few weeks ago on Adidas, so not everything's going to be perfect. But I've got these in a size 12 or 12.5 in US size. And as for the box, it came pretty nice. It wasn't double boxed, but it's in pretty good condition. Boost printed here. It's a little off center, but the printing's good. 350 on the top, as per usual. On this side, there's nothing, which is kind of wrong. It should say Boost on this side as well, but it doesn't. And obviously the normal Yeezy stuff. The box slides out really nicely. It's the first box I've had which actually slides out. And here are the shoes. So if I just take them out, this is exactly how they came. I haven't actually worn them yet, so this is literally how they came, brand new. So there's the right shoe and here's the left shoe. Also came with another Foot Locker receipt, which is, you know, you're not going to fool anyone with this, but, you know, I guess they chuck it in anyway, and you get some paper. The paper feels pretty good. It's quite waxy and yeah, it's pretty good paper. I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway, but now we will look at the shoes. So, the right shoe came with this tag here. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it looks pretty good overall. I'm pretty sure that's correct. They also came tied like this, so it's got a dead stock lace. And overall the shoes are really nice. They've been made really well, and they look pretty close to the retails. Another thing I need to mention is these have real Boost technology. Replica shoes which cost around $50 normally don't have real Boost. You don't get real Boost for $50. So these are $100 and they come with real Adidas Boost. So this is the real stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it's not as squishy as I thought it was gonna be. I don't know whether it's just on this pair or what, because a lot of people say it's really squishy. It's actually quite firm. I don't know if you can see that. But it's not as squishy as I thought it would be, which is kind of disappointing. But it is 100% real Boost. I'll do the light test, you'll see over the video right now. And yeah, that just means that it's real Boost. So yeah, obviously you get all the properties of Adidas Boost, but I think this isn't as squishy as it could be. I remember reading somewhere that the pressure and temperature that Boost is made at affects its squishiness and, you know, just the overall properties. I think if it's made at a low temperature and a high pressure, then it makes it squishier. I don't know if that's correct, but that's what I seem to remember reading somewhere. So if I had to guess, this isn't as squishy as it could be. The laces are just a flat grey lace, feel just like retail laces. Not much to say there, but they're definitely good. So as for the upper of the shoe, it's made from Primeknit, which is Adidas's top of the line material. It's really stretchy, as you can see, and it adapts to your foot, so it's just like a sock basically. And the Primeknit on this shoe is really close to retail, I'm not gonna lie. It's really comfy and exactly the same to retail pretty much. One thing is, on the right shoe, there's one flaw, which I think there's too much pattern showing here. And if you can see, it seems like it kind of bulges out here. So I think the material on this shoe should be tucked in under the sole a bit more, so that less of the pattern shows, because I don't think that's correct. If you can see on the left shoe, less of the pattern shows, which is closer to retail. Apart from that, you can see it's in a light grey here, and there's black stripes going along, which is identical to retail shoes. Here you can see they are. So as for the pull tab, I'm pretty sure the colour isn't quite right. I think the colour of the pull tab is supposed to match the actual light grey a bit better. I know it is a little bit dark on retail pairs, but I think this is a bit too dark. And you can see there's the orange dots, which matches the colour of this. In these little stitching boxes, there's 5 dots, which is correct. But on the centre stitching box here, on this pair there's 8 dots. And on this pair there's 9 dots on this pair, and there's 8 dots on this pair. I believe there should be 7. So that's not correct, but that's a really minor thing. I could be wrong, they could have changed it. So down the middle of the shoe there's this stitching, as you can see on every pair of Yeezys, and it's also along the back. The back stitching is really nice, it's really equal. However, I found on the right shoe the stitching on the top is a bit uneven. It kind of bends a little bit towards the top. If you take the laces off, you can kind of see it bends around a bit too much. And it's also a bit inconsistent. It's not too bad. On the inside you can see the 3 stripes, which are reflective when you shine a light on them. And there's also padding inside here. So the padding's really squishy. On the inside there's suede patches where the laces go through, and also a piece of tape over the stitching, which is identical to retail. So taking out the insole, we can see here that the insole's correct. The Adidas Yeezy is in the right colour and the insole's grey. On the other side the pattern looks correct. You can also see the little code on the side. So the shoes also came with stuffing in them. Here you can see that. I don't know if that means anything, but you know. On the inside of the shoe again you can see the little boost windows. Another flaw is on the boost. There's 7 dots on it instead of the updated boost pattern, which has 11 dots. So the updated boost pattern was on the semi-frozen yellows, blue 2.0 and the blue tints. So that hasn't been updated yet, but that's pretty minor as well. The other shoe is identical. I think this shoe's a bit better because of this pattern is more correct. However, I think the supply 350 is a bit too stretched here. The size tag on the inside is correct as far as I know. However, I can't show you guys because it's really far in the shoe. As for the sole, it's a nice colour. One bad thing about these shoes is there's quite a lot of glue around the sole. Particularly here on this shoe, there's a lot here. But that is not too bad. I mean, it's quite annoying, but it's not too bad. So these are Lucas's $100 Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Beluga 2.0. Overall, I would give these shoes an 8 out of 10 for the price. The information will be in the description. And yeah, so that pretty much wraps up the video. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe as it helps me out a lot. And let's go to the on foot.